Hi, I'm Aiden, and this is my faith statement. I believe that it is important to treat people with kindness. I think that everyone wants to be treated nicely and valued, and the easiest way to make that possible is by everyone doing their best to be nice to one another. I believe that it is important to act morally. I believe that all living things, humans and animals, deserve to be respected. I believe that everyone has the right to believe what they want about religion or faith. Asked what I think about gods or a god, I'm not sure what is true. I believe in an evidence based approach, and I don't believe in anything unless there is some proof of its existence. Right now, I don't believe in gods because I don't think that there is enough evidence to prove that they exist. I have seen some evidence, though, so I'm not going to rule out the possibility of it. The same is true for my view on why things happen. I do see how things happen, good or bad, that seem to have been caused by a higher power. There's enough evidence to show that this may be true, but not enough to convince me that it is. Another factor is that good and bad are just ideas. While there is a list of common things that people see as being good or bad, not everyone sees things the same way. What one would consider good, another may see as bad. So I don't see how a God could make certain things happen to an individual for any reason, since it could have been interpreted a number of different ways. Thank you so much for listening to my faith statement.
My name is Gracie Schmidt, and I wrote a poem for reasons I do not know. I live my life through the lens of a page, a snapshot of words my brain creates, my way of choosing what I believe, to spend time with people who always agree, like so many options stacked on my shelf, something to come back to when I need help, figuring out what to think and believe when the water is too murky to clearly see. I believe that we are all part of an intricate plot of thoughts, actions, people, and events. There's no order, no way to sense when something will happen and your world gets turned on its head. It's events like these that shape us, like Play-Doh of ourselves. They change us into the people we are and the people we aspire to be. We are the only ones with the power to change our fate. There's no one else who can create a future with promise and love and hope, not even powerful people like the Pope. The supernatural tendencies of coincidence twists our minds and convinces us that we are just puppets on strings and can go along for the ride. Nothing we can do when someone ruins our pride. But what are some things that I can have faith in when the whole world seems to want to cave in? Times in life when my priorities shift, when the socks I once loved no longer fit. I will have faith in things that never change, like my mother's love and the words on a page. Things like gravity pulls down and the earth orbits the sun. Love is love and equity for everyone.
Hi, I'm Kellen, and I chose to do a piece of artwork for my faith statement instead of some long speech. Because for me, I find that drawing allows me to remember what I want to say more than reading something out. And I did a picture of someone's face with many different features on it. The first one is I wanted it to seem a bit more solid, not quite bland, but very flat, because on the surface, many people portray that. They try and show just one thing, and that's what they try and show. And also, another thing is the atoms that I put in the eyes, because for me, science is a very important part of me. Another thing was, even though the face that I drew is smiling, there's tears shown as well. Because though many of us would like to forget it, we have more than just one emotion. We have anger, happiness, sadness, annoyance, and all others in between. And a lot of people, including myself, we will try and show just happiness. We'll try and show that we are all just doing fine when often we are not doing as fine. And me personally, I find that I am one of those people and will sometimes try and find those other feelings in people. Another thing that was hard to show in the picture is I believe a lot in change, and there is things that I would like to change about myself and how I act, and other things that I'd like to change about other people. But I know that you can only change yourself, and the best thing you can do for other people is let them be them.
Hi, my name is Les. This is my faith statement. I'd like to think that this is a makeshift statement, one I'm using to state some of my beliefs and not all of them. I would like to thank Lance for being my mentor. I would like to thank this community for the experiences it has given me, especially this one, standing here without some well thought out speech. So I just thought I'd list some of the stuff I believe, because I couldn't manage to write anything else. So one thing I definitely believe in is respect. And I also believe in the worth of all people. I believe in the power of stories. And I believe in protecting ourselves through protecting our planet. I believe that we can and we will make right on humanity's self-inflicted wounds. And lastly, I believe that I will change in maybe just enough to not overthink this the next time and just do a drawing.
Hi, my name is Julia McGeorge. I'm 14, and even though I haven't lived much life, my experiences so far have shaped who I am. I already have some values that won't be changing anytime in the future. I believe in equality. For me, that means that every living thing is worth the same amount and deserves equal treatment, no matter who they are. I think we should respect everyone. Listening to each other's ideas, morals, and life experiences will make for a better society. We may be opposite people, but at the end of the day, we're both human. Saying that, I also acknowledge that it is hard not to judge others. So maybe I believe that we should all remember there is no one right way to think. I believe in a balance. That means I think we should live in the moment, but also make goals for ourselves. To me, it's a mistake to spend all your life working for a future that isn't set in stone. I think the earth is sacred. Our planet holds so many secrets, and we can learn from everything it has to offer. It is time we start treating the planet like it is sacred. We need to save it from the destruction humans have caused. I believe in deciding our own future. One way to do that is through activism, and I think that activism makes for a better world. We should all be committed to taking action for causes we support, because that's the only way we've succeeded in the past. I think a loving community is necessary for everyone. Communities help to build up the people in them and make everyone stronger. I love the community at South Church, and finding something close to what we have here in each chapter of my life is one of my goals. I believe in accountability. If you do something wrong, then I believe you should be held responsible and face some consequences. But I also believe in second chances and allowing others and ourselves to grow. I think that bad things happen and will continue to happen for no reason. Everyone deals with good and bad times, but we can learn something from it all. In my life, I often try to stay positive. Instead of looking at something like it is bad, I do my best to look at it as a learning opportunity. I believe that I'm not sure about someone above watching over us. I will always lean on my loved ones more than I will on a larger force. But I identify with being agnostic. To me, being agnostic means not knowing if there's something looking out for me and being okay with that. Even though I'm not sure, I could believe that there's a force that doesn't directly impact us, but keeps moral values in place. For example, there might be something out there making sure that love will always win. I think our actions today will affect people in the future. I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife or having your spirit stay on earth. I believe that all our choices are connected and will change future lives, so in that way, we'll always be here. I believe in the future. It can sometimes feel like the future is hopeless. I have faith that it's going to turn out okay, as long as we stand up for what we believe in the present. Finally, I want to end with the quote I hope to live by. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Mother Teresa, thank you.
Hello, I'm Nate Lynch. In Coming of Age, we learned about other people's faiths as well as our own. The program allows us to explore and question our belief system. In the end, we were asked to write about our faith and how it might have changed over the past years. My faith has changed little over the past few years. My experiences has shaped these beliefs and has made me who I am today. There are many topics having to do with religion. I'll mostly talk about coincidences and community, as these are widely discussed religious topics. My faith is now centralized in my community, and I'm searching for answers for what is true. The idea of something happening just because of a higher power, I believe, is incorrect. These ideas take you into the more general, why do things happen question. I believe things happen not because of a higher power, but because of decisions made by different people. In addition, some people often think that higher powers are the ones who create coincidences. It is easy to connect luck and religion, or is easy to connect luck and religion as easy it is to connect it to punishment. People believe that rainstorms and thunder and lightning, with the gods being angry at them for something. In the end, I believe we're all just conscious chemicals whose decisions create unlikely scenarios that we believe they're someone else's doings. Community is one of the most important parts of almost all religions. Being part of a community helps build strong and long-lasting connections and relationships. From my perspective, this is what church is all about. We are all there to seek answers to our own beliefs and learn about the beliefs of others. Being social in a community will help you tremendously in the long run. Talking to people in the congregation has opened my mind to other people's perspectives on life and what their beliefs are. These conversations have caused me to sometimes question my own beliefs and form new ideas. One person who stood out to me in the community is my mentor, Andrew. In coming of age in the beginning, we were paired up with a mentor that would help us guide to write our faith statement. They would give their perspective and give us new ideas. For me, this was extremely helpful. Having the guidance of someone else that had more experience and that could provide detail and fill in the blanks was amazing. During many of the coming of age classes, we were asked to just talk to our mentors with prompts and try and find new answers to old questions. These were my favorite types of classes, as it allowed me to express my thoughts freely and have someone to talk to. Overall, this experience has been extremely insightful, and I would definitely do it again. I look forward to continue to ask questions with the support of the South Church community.
Hi, my name is Lucas Eves, and this is my faith statement. I believe in God. I believe God is love. I believe in an afterlife, but I don't know what that looks like. I believe we should look out for others and take care of each other. I believe that things happen for a reason and that there's no way to change what happens. I don't know if any of this will change, but that is what I believe now.
Hi, this is my faith statement. I painted this piece with standard acrylic paints and brushes. I also used paper from brown paper bags and school glue to glue them to the canvas. I used Sharpie markers to scribe the words and designs on the paper and canvas. I started by mixing different blues, grays, and blacks. I painted the wave-like pattern to represent life's many ups and downs. I wrote words that resonated with me on top and then put the paper on top, which depicts a face with shut eyes to represent silent contemplation or putting a mirror to oneself. An eye to represent having an eye open to the world and its wisdom, or a third eye. And a hand, which symbolizes striving for connection with the outside world.
Hi, my name is Veda Kuiper-Phelps. I am lucky to have been born into the Unitarian Universalist community, even though my parents didn't find the official congregation until I was 3 or 4. UU values resonated with my family, their beliefs practiced in our little household long before we walked through the archway. I am the oldest child in my family, and I fill that spot with honor. I was the first Kuiper-Phelps kid to go to a Unitarian Universalist church. I don't remember our first day there, but I remember the countless days after. I remember the creaky floorboards and how the sanctuary made my dad sneeze. But the thing I remember the best is the people. And even though I can't make out their faces, I remember their presence. It's the same presence I feel today, and every day my family comes to this sanctuary. When we moved, my dramatic 10-year-old self didn't think anything was going to be the same. But then we came to South Church, and the floorboards creaked, and the pews made my dad sneeze, and the people had the familiar glow that I had felt before. Throughout this year, I have settled into a new role in this community. I have learned that I'm not the little girl running around in a long sundress looking for the cupcakes, but I'm not the adult who can sit in the pews without folding the program into some shape without thinking of cupcakes. And to be that in-between thing, that in-between age, that in-between role, I had to discover some things. I discovered that I believe I have a path, that everyone does. Every word, step, choice was planned, but not by a higher power. Really, I don't know how it was planned or why I was chosen to lead mine. I do believe, though, that each path was rightfully chosen for each individual, and I trust that mine will lead me well. I discovered that I believe every path ends and that I have no idea what will happen when mine does. However, I believe that our afterlife lives in the memories and minds of the people and beings that continue after us. And I hope that I am in their version of a good place, whatever that may be. I discovered that I fully believe in science. I believe in vaccines and abortion. I believe that we humans evolved from stardust and apes. And if that is true, then my particles are yours and we are all equal. I discovered that we are all living in the same crazy, huge, and entirely phenomenal unknown. I discovered that there is a light in everyone that makes them who they are, and I believe no light should be put out for the purpose of distinguishing it. I believe in Harry Styles' words, treat people with kindness, because I think we get one life, so what's the point of spending it treating people badly? I believe if everyone put a little kindness into the world every day, we'd have a better place to live than we did yesterday. I discovered that faith is an enormous word, one that has broken homes apart and created jagged lines across our world. But it also brings light to so many, brings hope, brings love and togetherness. I've discovered that to me, faith means believing there is light, that there is hope and love and togetherness. I've discovered that my parents worked very hard to find a community that would be okay with whatever I thought faith was, that would hold me with lace fingers, teach me the world through the most loving lens, while also giving me the perspective of the hardest lives. Being a part of this congregation has taught me to listen and to observe, to watch and to think, to create my own spiritual path based on the teachings of other communities, the values of the ones in front of me as well as my own. To me, this community does not practice a religion, it practices all religions. It welcomes anyone and helps everyone. To me, this congregation is like the sun. It radiates warmth that reaches around this blue marble and back, and that's it. Our sun doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It doesn't hate. It just sees life that needs warmth and light and does its part. And in doing so, helps people grow in a way they want to by giving them the space and nurturing they need. And I believe that that's magical. This year, I've discovered a lot of magical things. I've discovered that if I'm ever having a bad day, a whiff of the breeze or a walk by the ocean will clear my head, or at least show me that there is such a big world out there. I've discovered that I believe in my family more than anything or anyone, that they will never distinguish the light in me. I've discovered that in a lot of places, I am the quiet kid, the one who has things to say but doesn't want to speak up. This year has helped me discover that I can, especially when I had to, sit in the woods for 2 hours and wasn't allowed to speak. I realized that that right is a grand one and I should use it more often. When I first came to church, I was a curly-haired toddler with a new baby brother looking for attention, hugs, and cupcakes. As I continue to grow, I have found that this community will give me all of those things, whatever age I am or mindset I'm in, whatever role I fill. And now I know I will never have to blow out a final pastel chalice or have to step out of the tall ceiling sanctuary. I know I will never have to put that cupcake down. I have faith that I belong here. On my 13th birthday, my mom gave me these teensy rectangular cards, angel cards, that each have a word on them. Every morning since then, I have picked one, and I found that it totally tells the future, the outcome of my day. And hopefully it is truthful, and my transition into the new role in this community will live up to the one I picked today. My word this morning was grace. Thank you.